Middle of the season, the future of the Truman Sports Complex remains uncertain.
Now, the latest report, a possible Royals move to Johnson County, and KMBC9's Dennis Evans is live near 119th and Knoll, and one of the sites suggested in the latest reports, Dennis.
Yes, definitely. We are here across from the old Sprint campus. That is one of the sites that's being mentioned as a possible site for both of these teams, especially for the Royals where they want to focus. Both teams have said that they are open to a location that is on the other side of the state line. Now, the Royals have also said that they are very adamant about the fact that they are not going to stay at the current site where they are past their current lease. The state of Kansas is using star bonds to try to draw one or both of these teams on both sides to this side of the state line. Now, the talk is not just talk, it is real, and it's something that could happen soon.
I think Kansas people love the idea. I think the new plan, the putting it at the old Sprint campus, not in my backyard, is a theme that's been brought up about a lot of different things, and this would be in literally a lot of people's backyards.
You're talking about you're playing a state against a state, maybe counties in the states against each other. If you're talking about Wyandotte County, Johnson County, Clay County, Jackson County. Listen, I'll believe things happen when we go out and there's a press conference and they say this is what it's going to be.
You know, I fully agree with what Lebo had to say right there. Once we see and they say this is where it's going to be, I'll believe it. But we also have been told not to rule out the possibility that North Kansas City could still be in the mix. They are also in talks, we're told, with the Royals as well. It's just going to be a matter of time. Both teams are still under contract of their lease of where they are right now, and they really are not in a position to be able to leave early. It's just going to be a matter of when they make the decision for the Royals. That decision could come as early as the beginning of next year. Live in Johnson County, Dennis Evans, KMBC9 News.
And now Johnson County is part of the discussion.
Yeah, we're right back where we started.